My email got hacked a few weeks ago, but it was kind of cool. It was the thing where they hack into your email. Has this happened? They hack in and then they send like a weird spam link to everyone in your address book. So I basically sent a spam link to everyone I know, which was kind of nice because I don't keep in touch with people. So that's my bit for the year. That is my Christmas card as far as I'm concerned. And then everyone wrote back to me to tell me I'd been hacked. So I heard from everybody. It was nice. It was like I had a baby or something. Email viruses bring people together in amazing ways. One guy I know emailed me and he said, hey, I clicked on the link you sent. I don't want to buy any herbal Viagra. And he wasn't being funny. I've known him for 17 years. He's not a funny person. He's an idiot. So what I liked about that was a few things. One, he clicked on the link. Who the hell still clicks on the link when you get the spam link? And this, by the way, this was the ugliest internet link I've ever seen in my life. It had like $ signs and swastikas in it. It looked like a virus. I don't mean an internet virus. I mean, it looked like if HPV was a website written out. He got that in a blank email, and he went, okay, and he clicked on it. He was intrigued. And then he is taken to a website that sells something called herbal Viagra. And his first thought is that I am now selling herbal Viagra. But do you know what kind of offended me? It was that he thought that that's how I would sell herbal Viagra? That I would be that piss poor of a salesman? That I would just put a link in a blank email with the subject line, check this out, which I've never said before in my life. And then in the 2 column, I'd write, everybody, and I'd go, this speaks for itself. If I was going to email everyone I've ever met about a very shaky new business I was involved in, I would write a long, like, introduction letter before I got to the link. I would be like, dear friends and family, comedy did not work out. Also, have you ever wanted to try Viagra, but you fear the side effects of the non-herbal kind? Well, me and my Cayman Island business partners have the solution for you. Just click on the swastika below. And in seconds, you'll be taken to the world's ugliest website. I hope you can read pink on purple, as that is the layout we have chosen. That was you. Thank you. I didn't pause for that, but that's nice. I paused for that. That's why I paused. I turned 30 recently. I watch movies very differently, because you understand, for years and years, I was a child. And when I would watch an action movie, I would identify with the action hero who's trying to help people. Now when I watch an action movie, I only identify with, like, the side characters who are off in the corner rolling their eyes. You know, the ones that are like, Spider-Man, like those types? That's how I'd feel if I heard about a Spider-Man. You know who's my favorite action hero when I was a kid? Was Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly in Back to the Future. He was my hero. I loved Marty McFly. He's great, right? I wanted to be like him in every way. I watched that movie again recently. Marty McFly is a 17-year-old high school student whose best friend is a disgraced nuclear physicist. And I shit you not, they never explain how they became friends. And we were all fine with it. We never even asked, you know? That we were just like, who's his best friend? A disgraced nuclear physicist? Okay, yeah, proceed, yeah. No, just good, proceed with the movie. I know Back to the Future is a great movie and a hit movie. It's a very weird movie. I just watched it again. It has a lot of weird things in it. 2 guys had to go in and sell that movie. 2 guys had to go into a movie studio and be like, okay, so we have an idea for the next huge family action movie. And it's about a guy named Marty, and he's a high school student, and he's very lazy. He's always sleeping late. And they were like, okay, is he cool like Ferris Bueller? No. But he has a best friend, yeah, you know, who's a disgraced nuclear physicist. I'm sorry, I'm confused. This is another student, or oh, no. This other guy's either like 40 or 80. Even we don't know how old he's supposed to be. Anyway, So one day, the boy and the scientist, they build a time machine. Whoa. Okay, I think I see where this is going now. Let me guess. They build a time machine and they go back in time and they stop the Kennedy assassination. Ah, no. No, yeah, that's a really good idea. No, yeah, we didn't even think of that. Okay, well, what do they do with the time machine? Well, now I'm embarrassed to say. No, all right, here goes nothing. We thought, that it would be fun for people if the boy, he went back in time and he tried to fuck his mom. We thought that would be fun. And then, but don't worry, he doesn't get to fuck the mom because this family friend named Biff shows up and he tries to rape the mom, in front of the son. And then the dad, he has to beat the rapist off of her. And we're also gonna say that a white man wrote Johnny Be Good, so we're gonna take that away from them. Well, this sounds like a fantastic movie. We are definitely gonna make this. Now, you say that they go to the past. Do you wanna call it Back to the Past? No. Back to the Future. Right, but they go to the past. Yeah. Good night, Montreal. Thanks for your time, everybody. You've been wonderful. Thank you.
All right. Sit down. Sit. Now, you guys are going to be really disappointed. I do the news on Saturday Night Live, and I probably shouldn't, because I don't watch the news. And that's something that you probably need to do. They want me to do jokes about the economy. I didn't even know the economy was messed up. My economy's been messed up for 30 years. So, when I realized the economy was really messed up? When they started legalizing weed everywhere. Then I was like, oh shit, we might be in trouble. It's only when you down to your last dollar that you start thinking shit like, yo, we should start selling weed. I don't know if Obama was watching Breaking Bad or something. I'd rather do sketches. I love writing sketches. I do a lot of sketches, and you guys don't know that because none of my sketches make it to air. But I have some good sketch ideas. Like Scarlett Johansson came to host the show, and she was promoting the Avengers, and I wrote this great sketch about the Avengers saving the day, but in the process, accidentally killing an unarmed black teenager. Nobody thought that was funny. That's not even the worst one. I have a very strange relationship with race. I might say some weird thing. Like, I was in an elevator with this white lady, right? Not on purpose, but I went in. I'm saying like I wasn't following her or nothing. I just went in the elevator with her, and she was already in there, and the doors closed, right? And she looks over at me, and then she grabs her purse real tight, and I got scared. I was like, if anything happens to this white lady's purse, I'm going to prison for the rest of my life. I'm terrified of white women. And I should be, because white women are terrifying. You guys do things like, white women took Brooklyn. You know how dangerous Brooklyn used to be before white women took it? It was the scariest place in the world. I remember rappers used to talk about Brooklyn. They were like, don't ever come to Brooklyn. I'll fucking kill you if you ever walk through Brooklyn. And I'm like, this is a dope song, but I'm never going to Brooklyn. I was so afraid of Brooklyn, and all of a sudden some rich white girls from Seattle was like, Brooklyn's mine now. And then I was just there, so now they took Brooklyn. I think white girls killed Biggie. I think that was phase one. I think that's the first thing they did. White women are brave. Look at your brave faces. This is a very diverse group of white women. White women are scared. They rescue pit bulls for fun. You know how dangerous you gotta be to rescue a pit bull? If I seen a stray pit bull walk in my neighborhood, I wouldn't walk in that neighborhood anymore. A white girl take that pit bull home, put a sweater on it. This dog used to win tournaments. Now his name's Nicole, and he's eating vegan treats out of some white lady's hands. You know how dangerous you gotta be to convince a pit bull he doesn't eat meat anymore? You gotta be white girl dangerous. If I was president, if I had my way, I'd have an all-white girl army. I really would. I'd solve all the world's problems with white women. ISIS, send white women. I'll build the Trader Joe's right in the middle of Syria. Give me 2 summers, ISIS will be the first terror organization forced out due to rent increase. This white girls, ISIS is mine now. Syria used to be sketchy, but now it's pretty chill. I talk like this now because I'm 32, and I feel like this is the time to just accept it. You know, that's another creepy thing women do. They lie about their age. I asked a lady in her 40s how old she was. She was like, I'm 21. And I was like, really? Well, you look horrible. It's the benefit of looking like an old-ass 21-year-old. Why would you lie? Getting old is the best, man, because the older you get, the more comfortable you are, you know? You start to live for yourself. I remember when I was younger, I'd see like an old man in his 80s shuffling around a supermarket in an open bathrobe and flip-flops. I'd be like, damn, he looks so sad. Now I see him and I'm like, fuck, he looks comfortable, man. Teach me, old wise one. You just enjoy things more, man. I enjoy everything more now that I'm older because I enjoy it for me. Sex is 10 times better because it's for me. It's me time. When I was younger, I enjoyed sex for like 5 or 6 pumps. And then after that, I was too busy trying to divide fractions and remember scenes from The Color Purple. Guys are giggling because every guy in here has a trick to not finish fast. Women don't. You guys finish whenever you want, and we don't make fun of you because we're nice people. No woman in here was about to finish early during sex was like, oh shit, think of Danny Glover, think of Danny Glover. You don't have, there's books that teach women how to enjoy sex better. There's no books that teach men about sex. There's no 50 Shades of Dudes. I'm gonna write a book for younger men teaching them how to enjoy sex better based on everything I learned in 32 years. It's gonna be 2 pages long. And the first page is gonna say, if you feel like you gotta come, come. And the second page, it's gonna be a bibliography, because all you need is that first page. It's called, oh, you're clapping, I'm dead serious. It's called Let Go and Let God. I used to hold out, I don't even know why. Why? I never won nothing. I never got a thank you, I almost bit my tongue off twice. Not anymore, now if I come early, so be it. Compliments to the chef. I don't even know why women get mad. I'm a guy, I'm supposed to finish fast anyway. My cum is made of people. You ever try to stop 100,000 people from leaving a small area at the same time? It's impossible. They got places to go, man. I don't got riot gear. I can assure you that's the most disgusting thing you'll hear tonight, probably. So, good night.
Yes. Ah, you don't recognize me on anything. I'll just tell you what I am right off the bat. I'm half white, half Filipino, from America, which means my dad was in the military. I became a comedian, which is against Filipino tradition. I'm supposed to be a nurse. Supposed to be a nurse. Told my mom I wanted to be a comedian. When you have a Filipino mom, you're not supposed to have dreams. You're not allowed to have dreams. You can't chase dreams. My mom told me right off the bat, right when I told her what I want to do, she just crapped on my dreams right in front of me. I was like, Mom, I want to be a comedian. She goes, Joseph, who told you were funny? It wasn't me. My mom and dad divorced when I was like 10, and he just kind of skipped out, and my mom had to take care of 3 kids on her own, which is amazing. But then she was really broke, so she couldn't afford all the things like taking us to the hospital. She raised 3 kids like we were still in the Philippines. I used to cry all the time. I go, Mom, when I get older, I'm never gonna do what you do to us. And I'm not gonna do it to my kids. And my mom looked at me and she goes, Joseph, you should never have kids. But now I have a kid, my son's 13, and I'm doing everything my mom did. Because she was right. I hate my son. He doesn't listen to me, he doesn't do anything. I don't know what happened to my cute son, but right when he turned 13, he turned into the dirtiest roommate I've ever lived with. He smells so bad. And right when he turned 12, I told him, I go, Joe, you're on your own now. I've taught you for 12 years how to take care of yourself. If you don't want to do it anymore, that's on you. And my son looked at me and goes, all right, cool. And he hasn't taken a shower since. My son stinks so bad. Breath, hot, never brushes his teeth. And when he talks, it's very breathy. Dad. Dad. I'm like, Joe, what'd I tell you to do when you talk to me? What'd I tell you to do? Face the wall. Face the wall and write it down. Let me read what you're trying to say to me. Armpits, oh my God. Armpits smell like chopped onions. And I don't understand, why am I the first one to smell it, Joe? You're the closest one. You're right here. I gotta show him how to use deodorant. I go, Joe, it's easy. You take the deodorant and you rub it under this armpit. That's all you gotta do. Here's the most important part. When you go to the other armpit, I want you to go across your mouth. My friend had a daughter the same time I had my son. She's been cute her whole life. When she sneezed, she'd announce it. When she sneezed, I gotta sneeze, I need a napkin, mommy. Her mom would run over with a napkin. Oh my God, here you go, baby. Put your nose in the napkin. That is so cute. Glitter. When my son sneezes, no announcement. His face just explodes. Mid-conversation, it always happens at a restaurant. Like, Dad, do you see how many points? Food all over the table. Snot. I want to be a good dad, you know? I let him do what he wants to do. I think that's the key to being a good dad. And I told my son that. I go, Joe, you know what? I'm not going to do what my mom did. You know what I mean? If there's something that you want to do with your life, then do it. If it's a dream, chase it, man. You can do it. Anything you dream about, you can do it. As long as you're 100%, Dad's got your back. My son looked at me and goes, oh my God, thanks, Dad. I go, what do you want to be? He goes, I want to be an architect. And I go, Joe, I've seen you draw. Is there another dream? You ever think about nursing? What are you talking about right now? And that's my time. My name is Joe Coy. Thank you so much.
All right. All right, relax. Hi. How are you? Okay. So, does anybody still play the how much money would you suck a dick for game with your friends? Just a game I reopened in my life. Nobody. Okay. You? Okay. Well, if you don't know what the game is, it's basically one of your friends is like, hey, man. Would you suck a dick for $1 million? And then we would all lie and be like, no. Here's the thing. Of course I would do it for $1 million. In a heartbeat. Before I even blinked, I would say yes to $1 million. To be honest, I would do it for like $5,000 if I had to be honest with myself. Here's the thing about that game. My opinion has changed. All right, when I played that game in high school 3 years ago, I always said no, and I meant it. You know? When my friend in high school would be like, hey, man, would you suck a dick for $1 million? I'm like, no. And I really meant that. You know, because I lived with my mom at the time. You know? I had food, I had clothes, I had a TV in my room. I didn't need to suck a dick. Now I live on my own. 2 dicks a year. I think 2 dicks a year is an acceptable amount of dicks to suck. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. You know, 1 dick in the summer, so you have a great summer. And then 1 dick before Christmas, so the whole family eats. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And people are like, oh, you're gay. And I'm like, no, I'm a businessman, okay? I'm fucking making moves out here. Oh, man, I have a girlfriend now. It's weird. When you have a girlfriend, you basically just go home. That's it. You just go home and answer questions. That's what true love is. You know, no, she's great. It's just, you know, I'm not good at sex because I'm 20, so like I'm not, you know, I wasn't raised in a brothel. Like I'm not good yet. I don't get why girls get mad at that. You know, every time I have sex with a girl, she's just like, is that it? I'm like, yes. Yes, it is. I'm not 40, okay? I'm in training right now. You know any good guitar players that have been playing guitar for a year? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know any of them. They're all still paying for lessons, and that's where I'm at right now. 20-year-olds have sex like Green Day, okay? It's just the same shit every time for 1 minute and 52 seconds. Yeah, just a bunch of din-it, come. That's it. That's the entire... But Green Day has some good songs, so fuck off, all right? Leave me alone. I have a lot of black friends. I'm white, by the way. I know I look miscellaneous in the face. But that's another set. Yeah. I don't know how I'm white either, to be completely honest with you. Because I can see my lips from here. So... You know? But no, it's, got into a fight with my black friends recently. And they were like, yo, son. I was like, yes, Dad. Yeah, by the way, do that. That's a lot of fun. Whenever a black dude comes up to you, just fuck with him. Whenever he's like, yo, son, be like, yes, Papa! How are you, Father? Or creep them out. I like to creep them out sometimes, too. When they're like, yo, son, be like, Dad? I always knew you'd come back. No, we got into an argument. Here's the thing. I'm the only white guy out of my group of friends. So, like, you could watch 12 Years as a Slave with your black friends if you're a white guy. You can. You know? I wouldn't, but you can. But when it's over, don't do this, okay? Because this is what I did. And this is why we got into a fight. All right, here's what happened. When you watch 12 Years a Slave with your black friends, here's what not to do. What I did was I looked at all my black friends and I was like, hey, guys, great movie.
Hey, how you all doing? Everybody all right? That's good, that's good. It's pretty white in here. Like a blizzard. So I'm gonna hurry up. I wrote some jokes and hopefully you like them. If you don't, then, you know, just deal with it. You ever been out in public with your husband or wife and you see somebody super sexy, fine? You ever think to yourself, I should have been patient? You ever offer somebody a mint and they don't take it? Mint, I'm good. So what you gonna do? Because something needs to be done, and you ever been introduced to somebody you already had sex with? Deon, this is Pam. Pam, what the hell you doing here? If you're over 30, make some noise. Remember when you were the future? That would hurt, didn't it? I got a bad habit I gotta stop. After sex, I really gotta stop saying, well. That's the end of the joke right there. Whelp is so final. There's nothing at the whelp. When you say whelp, it's over. Ladies, y'all should do that. Somebody take you out to eat, as soon as you wipe your mouth. Well, you gonna drop me off or what? Fuck his whole night up. Yeah, that's what I plan to do. Spend $500 and drop you off. Checked in my hotel when I got out here to Canada, and I had a hoodie on. And then this guy was like, yo, you gotta take your hoodie off. And I was like, I just paid for like 4 nights. They was like, you gotta take your hoodie off. I'm like, why? There was like somebody called. I was like, who called and said, I got my hoodie on? They was like, you gotta take it off. I'm like, I'm not taking it off. And they was like, you gotta leave. And I'm like, well, I'm leaving. Then the manager came over. He was like, what's going on? We told him. He was like, we're so sorry, Mr. Cole. We want to accommodate your stay. So whatever it is we can do, let us know. And I was like, well, it's a few things that y'all can do. And what they did is they gave me the penthouse suite to the hotel for free. I was excited. Then it had me thinking, damn, I came up like that. Next week, I'm gonna check in with a ski mask on. We're gonna need you to take your ski mask off. What, a brother can't have a chilly face? Well,
oh man. Oh man, this is cool. We're twins. It's true. A lot of crazy things have been happening. We got fired from our last job. It was about a year ago. But it was terrible, man, because they fired us at the same time. For the same exact reasons. It was crazy. And you don't want to get fired with your identical twin brother at the same exact time, you know what I mean? Because it's like not only are you getting fired, but it's kind of like you're watching yourself get fired in 3D. It's trippy. It's trippy, man. I mean, it's trippy. It's getting kind of tough to be twins on the street, though, man. It's getting crazy, you know. You can't do trivial things. Nah, man, because people always come up to you and say weird twin questions, man. Like, we were in the supermarket the other day, you know, shopping for some Jell-O. And this dude, he walked up to us, He asked us for a stick of double mint gum. It's very offensive, man. Very. So we don't have any money, man. It's crazy. Yeah, it's getting tough these days, man. We did something we haven't done in a long time. We checked our bank account. It was pretty depressing, man. We had $3 in it, all right? Or at least we thought we did. We looked a little bit closer. It was $3 with the parentheses around it. Which apparently means something entirely different. Yeah, man. Apparently means we gotta pay the bank $3. And that threw us off, man, because when we first saw it, we thought the bank was trying to protect our last $3. A bit of a misunderstanding, I would say. Yeah. But it's all good. Our mom gave us $6, so we're back at $3. It's cool. Yeah, man. It's all straight. It's awesome. Our dad was most disappointed in us when he found out we got fired. Yeah. Which was kind of weird, because the dude went to prison. I'm like, you can't really be disappointed at that point. But he ain't let prison hold him back, man. He did a lot of dope things in prison. He got his bachelor's degree in prison, actually. It's true. He was the first dude in our family to get his bachelor's degree in prison, so that's a good thing. Yeah, man. It's cool. But the only weird thing is he got his degree in philosophy, which that's a terrible degree to get in college. Why would you get it in prison? You know, way out. You know? Because it won't work in like practical prison situations. You know what I mean? Like a shank situation. It's true. Like a dude sneaks up on you, like, yo, I'm about to stab you, dog. Like, what are you gonna be like? Hey, man, how you know that knife is real? Won't work out. I don't see that working. Nah, not at all. No. We got a friend, he's a big fan of sports, but he's also a feminist. Yes. So he always tries to convince us to watch the WNBA. It's a little challenging, man. He always puts forth these arguments like, yo, man, if they just got rid of the NBA, more people will watch the WNBA. Not how things work, man. No, not at all, man. Not at all. Because you can't get rid of something that's super dope and replace it with something that's not as dope. You know what I mean? Because like a couple summers ago, you ain't hear nobody say, man, now that Michael Jackson's dead, I can finally listen to all this Jermaine Jackson. Didn't hear that. Not a soul. No one said it. No one said it. Not even Jermaine Jackson. Yeah. It's true. It's true. I know. Yeah. But we play basketball a lot too, man. It's like crazy. We got a friend, he's like super arrogant. Says the same thing after every game. He's like, yo, if I was 7 inches taller, I think I'd be in the NBA. It's like, nah, dude, you just be a little bit taller. But it gets you to thinking, man, you think NBA players do the same thing in reverse? Like, do they talk about the things they would do if they were a little bit shorter? It's like water cooler talk, you know what I mean? Two NBA players go together like, yo, man, if I was 7 inches shorter, I think I'd get my college degree. Maybe. It's just a thought, man. It's just a thought, you know. So we do drugs. Not a lot of drugs. It's mainly weed. You know, I think it's probably like 97% weed. 97% weed. You know what I mean? But we're trying to step our drug game up. You know, do some different stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like we did shrooms for the first time last week. It's crazy. And if you ever decide to do shrooms, here's a rule of thumb. You should never do shrooms with a dude that looks like you. Shit. You got it. Yeah, great. Thank you.
Hey! Whose bright idea was it to put the midget on the Jeff Dunham Gala? Everyone's nervous backstage about doing their set. I'm nervous about my set and Dunham putting a hand up my ass. But I'm glad to be here. I love traveling around the world. I actually like flying. A lot of comedians don't like flying. I love flying. My favorite part is before the plane even takes off. I'm walking to my seat. I got my little rolly bag, walking down the middle aisle, and everyone's staring at me, thinking the same thing. How the fuck's he gonna get that in the overhead storage bin? And then I do it and blow their minds. Throw down both armrests, jump on, reach down, grab that sumbitch, and in one motion just hawk it up there, overhead storage bin. I turn around, the entire plane, standing ovation. That was inspirational. He's so brave. I'm not brave. I'm a wuss. I'm scared of my dog. I just got a dog. It was not my choice. I'm married, so I don't get to make choices anymore. I was on the road doing shows, and then I get a FaceTime call from my wife, and she's like, I did something. And that's never good. It's never like, I invited over all these models, and I'm gonna let them sleep with you. No, it's not that. I go, okay, what'd you do? And she turns the FaceTime around, and there in the middle of my house is a 70-pound pit bull, okay? Yeah, a pit bull. And I'm nervous. She's like, why are you getting scared? I'm like, 'cause look at that. It's mad. That dog's paws have abs, okay? Like, it's insane. She's like, why are you scared? It's just a dog. I'm worried. It's a 70-pound pit bull. I don't want to come home and have it look at me and go, woo, wonder if that squeaks. I'm scared. What, does the pit bull intimidate you? Yes, I'm worried that for the next 3 days, somebody's gonna be sleeping in bed with my wife that has a bigger penis than me. So I come home, I open the door, the dog is chewing on a bone or a Volkswagen or whatever the hell, because he's huge. The dog looks up and sees me and just goes, huh? And starts running towards me, and I'm like, this is how I die. And then the dog just jumps on me and pins me down and goes, and he licks me in the face, and I'm like, oh, I love this freaking dog. I love this dog, I really do. I love my Pitty. It's great. I have a dog, I have a friend, and more importantly, I have a mode of transportation. How'd you get here? I got here, dog. Okay, that's what I do. I talk a little smack on my wife. I don't want you to think that I don't love her. She's amazing. I got married to a mixed race woman. Yeah, my wife is, first of all, she's tall. Ha! That's right. I got one of yours. My wife is half Chinese, and she's half white, which means she looks Chinese, okay? She looks very... I love mixed race couples. I've only ever disapproved of one mixed race couple ever. It's a friend of mine. She's a dwarf like me, but she's 3'7". That's a few inches below my shoulder. And her husband is a 6'2" black guy. Right? The most religious person in this room just thought to themselves, I would like to watch them have sex. Because you would. What does that look like? When he's on top, it just looks like he's humping the mattress. Like, it's insane. He has sex with her with something the size of her. Like, that's just, it's mathematically impossible. Every now and then she wants to give him a little hand job. She's like, all right, baby, here we go. After one HJ, she's like, oh, I made my steps today on my Fitbit. That's amazing. Montreal, I love you. My name is Brad Williams. Thank you, guys.
Hello, Montreal. Oh, it's good to be here. I just got in from Vegas. Yes. And I love Vegas, but I lost a lot of money gambling. Like too much money gambling, like an embarrassing amount of money. To the point where I was talking to my husband and I was all like, I have no money. And he was like, what happened to your money? And I just went, it got stolen. Because I wanted some sympathy without the judgment, but of course he was on to me. He's like, do you know who took your money? Like, yes. It was a small Asian man in a bow tie. He just screamed, 21, and he grabbed it. I called for help. They just brought me a drink. It was awful. I've been married for 2 years, 2 years. It's way longer than I expected to. Marriage is hard because there's no way to know what it's like till you're in it. You know, you can't do research. There are no reviews. You can't just go on Yelp. And let's face it, if marriage was on Yelp, it would have 1 star. And every review would be like, not worth the money. The service is terrible. They should really change up the menu. Looks like no one's cleaning the bathroom. But being single is no better. All my friends are single and dating. And I have a message for the men. Men, if you're the kind of man who likes to take pictures of his penis, dick pics, dick shurs, if you will. If you're the kind of man sending a dick pic, please know the woman you're sending it to is showing it to all her friends. The women are laughing, the men look upset. And that is the circle of life. This is how every woman gets a dick pic. Standing, innocent, ping. Oh, is that my phone? Ah! 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 We're like crazed monkeys, just ah! Ah! That's the only way we can deal with it, showing the others. My friends are all crazy, but they did plan the best bachelorette party for me ever. I had a kick-ass bachelorette. It was me, 4 women like me. Where did we go? Europe. Went to Munich, Berlin, Amsterdam. Thank you, 2 people. Everyone else is like, yeah, we did that yesterday. Who cares? Trip of a lifetime with my 4 best friends. Germany first, obviously terrifying. And I have a German last name, von Hagen. So the Germans were very interested in me and what I was about. So I'd go to check into a hotel and I'd be like, oh, Kristeen von Hagen. And they'd be like, what is your name? Von Hagen. And they'd be like, that is not how you say it. And I was like, well, I'm from the New World. And that's just how we say it now. And they're like, no, it's a good German name. You should say it properly. I'm like, oh, how would you like me to say my name? And they're like, von Hagen. So I'm like, that's awesome. Yes, sold. So for the rest of the trip, I'm running around Germany all, von Hagen, von Hagen, von Hagen. And they're like, that's your name. And I'm like, Danke schön. And we'd laugh. Easy jokes in Germany. But because they're German and they like to be creepy, they kept saying weird things to me like, oh, that's a good German name, good German name, good German name. And I didn't know what that meant. Then I got all panicked. I had some weird Nazi name. Because I don't know that much about that side of the family. And when you're of German descent, you're not in a huge hurry to get on Ancestry.com. Just in case, I have no idea. But the last thing I need to do is be waddling through Munich with a schnitzel all, von Hagen! And someone's all like, the butcher. Like, no. So I didn't know what to do when it was bothering me. So what I decided to do when I got home is just Google von Hagen and Nazi, because I'm an idiot. And that's how I do all my research. I'm like, the internet will solve this for me. Von Hagen, Nazi, Google. And what I found out is a man, von Hagen, with my exact last name from my part of Germany, tried to kill Hitler. For real, thank you, and you're welcome, weirdos, yes. In the whole von Stauffenberg wolf layer bombing, he was involved in that, so I was all like, oh my God, sweet. Because I'm like, now, not only am I genetically superior, but I'm morally superior. I'm like, yeah, check. Then off to Amsterdam by applause. Do we have Amsterdam fans here? Amsterdam? Oh my God. The best. And of course, this was my bachelorette party. So first stop, live sex show. Oh. And I was excited about the live sex show. I'm like, oh my God, live sex show. I'm gonna learn sexual things, look out world. I didn't learn anything at the live sex show. Actually, that's not true. I learned one thing. which is you can fit a lot more into your vagina than you think. Yes, and upsetting things. This is what I saw. A woman would come out naked, then she'd just have a banana, and then a trick. Everyone knows where the banana is right now, right? Okay, good. Very important, we're on the same page with this joke. But then this was like a running theme, that another woman would come out with a cigar, and a trick, and then like a candle and a trick. And at first I was entertained, as any of you would be. Look into your hearts. But as it went on, I'm like, you know what? I get it. It's phallic. It's a bit boring. It's a bit creepy. Like, up your game, ladies. Up it. I have the internet. I demand to be entertained. So this is what I'm going to do. Go to Amsterdam, join the live sex show, take it up a notch, add a little pizzazz. Going to waddle out, very serious. I'm going to wear a T-shirt because I'm shy. I'm going to have a Rubik's Cube. Do you know where this is going? You're gonna hand it to a man in the front row, catch the cube, catch it. Mess it up, hand it back. Good object work, well done. Insert. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Pull it out and it's perfect again, yes! And I will be known as the Rubik's Pube. And I will make €1 million a year, tax-free. How are you gonna tax that? You can't, it's art. But I'll tell you this, because I've been talking about this a lot on stage recently, and after every single show, some nice man from the crowd will come up to me post-show, very serious, and just be like, you know you could do that, right? And I'll go, what are you talking about, even though I know? And he'll be like, the Rubik's Cube, it could be real. And I go, no. It could never be real. It's gross and a joke and I think impossible. And he'll go, no. What you would do is have one in there ready to go. Put the second one in, pull the first one out. You can do this. And I go, this is why I don't talk to boys. You guys have been awesome, Montreal. Thank you so much.
Difficult being middle-aged, you know, it's really awful, you know, see young people here having a nice time. Do you know what it's like for me? It's fucking awful. Do you know what sex is like with me these days, ladies and gentlemen? Sex with me is like thumbing marshmallows into a cat's anus. And a lot of middle-aged men get very bitter, you know, they get very bitter when they see lovely, fresh-faced, I see some lovely young people here having a nice time. A lot of men my age get bitter about it. I'm not one of those men. I love seeing the kids having a nice time. I'll prove that to you now. Hello? What's your name? Hi, Mary. And how old are you? 22. Do you like being 22, Mary? Do you like being 22? Do you like being 22? It's amazing, isn't it? Mary, do you know what happens when you get to 42? Look at me, I'll tell you, while I cover my arse cracker. When you hit 42, Mary, you walk past a nightclub, no one offers you a flyer. What is that? It pisses me off. You know when I knew I was officially middle-aged? I was in a shop about 3 months ago in London called Urban Outfitters. You've got them out here, right? When I was looking at clothes that didn't suit me and were too young for me, and I was feeling so miserable and depressed, and suddenly I realised there was a song playing in the background that cheered me up straight away, because it took me back to my youth. It was a song by a band called Dead or Alive. Who knows Dead or Alive? Remember them from the 80s? And what was their biggest hit? You Spin Me Round! A 1984 classic! In 1984, I had one thing on my mind. It was a farmer's daughter I was in love with called Nicola Thomas. I was so in love with her. I'll throw this in for you. I saw her about 3 weeks ago for the first time in all those years. Lucky escape. Absolutely disgusting. But at the time, I loved her, you know, and for some reason, every time I saw her, my heart jumped into my throat, and that song seemed to be playing in the background. It's not Shakespeare, it's a simple sentiment. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, That being a music storage system, like a record baby, right round, round, right? Not Shakespeare. But it made me happy. Until I realised I wasn't listening to the original. I was listening to a cover version by a gentleman called Flo Rida. Some of the young people may be familiar with Flo's work. Flo's taken a bit of artistic license with the dance classic and reworded it in the following way. You spin my head round, baby, right round when you go down. And this is when I knew I was officially middle-aged. Because I heard that lyric, and I promise you, out loud in a shop, I reacted like this. Oh, no. I thought, can we not have one song? One song in the hit parade that doesn't allude to munching away on each other's private parts. And I'll tell you something else, Mary. Maybe I shouldn't, but I'm going to. At 42, I don't make the effort to go down very often these days. Look, there's a man who's made me feel better about being old. And if you're feeling like you're getting old, maybe he'll help you too. That man is my father. My father is 74 years of age, and he has proved to me that getting old, every year that passes is a blessing, because he is 74 years of age, ladies and gentlemen, and he has started to behave deliberately insane. There's nothing wrong with him, let me make that clear to you. We've taken him to the doctor, and the doctor said, take him home, he's doing all of this shit on purpose. We've been trying to work out what's wrong with him for years. I think we got our answer that Christmas. We were sitting around the Christmas table, Christmas Day. My mum was carving the turkey. My dad was reading a newspaper. He was ignoring us throughout Christmas lunch. We knew it was him. We could see his flashing Father Christmas hat over the top. My sister came home and she decided to enjoy Christmas. She drank 3 bottles of white wine to herself. She was absolutely shit-faced, right? And during Christmas lunch, she said a word that put the cat amongst the pigeons. She said the word blowjob. Now, maybe your mums would be cool with that. My mum is a very naive 67-year-old racist. And lovely mother, terrible bigot. She's not, she'd fucking kill me. She's lovely. She heard the word blowjob, though, and this is how she reacted. She went, I'm sorry, love, what was that? And my sister went, oh, God, I'm sorry, Mum, I didn't mean to, I'm drunk. She goes, don't be so silly, you say what you want. This is your home, you say whatever you want in this home, you know that. I just need you to explain to me exactly what a blowjob is. My sister sobered up like this. Then she started to panic and she went, it doesn't matter, Mum, I'm drunk. I went back to being an older brother and I went, yes, it does matter! Yes, it does matter! We can't be using words that Mum doesn't understand! And my mum went, well, I would like to know what it means. I said, you've got every right to know what it means. My sister was shuffling like a dog on lino, ladies and gentlemen. I have never seen a woman look more uncomfortable. I thought I was going to cough my liver up laughing. I stopped laughing when my sister made her decision, which was to explain that particular sex act to my mother using the almost forgotten art of mime. So she started going, it's kind of a sexual thing, Mum, where you would, and I thought, this is horrendous! And then it got 400 times worse, because my mum, to try and understand what was going on over here, you're ahead of me already, madam, decided that she would copy the mime. So I don't know how bad your Christmases have been recently, but that one for me consisted of watching my mother and my sister pumping air cock in front of my face. It was the most disturbing image I've ever seen, and I've seen someone kill a pony with a golf club. So my mum's doing this. I don't know what this is at all, love. I don't know what any of these movements are. I don't know this. Why am I tickling under here? I don't know what that is. Yes, it would appear my sister is rather good. So. She was in mid-mime, my mum, when she realised what she was doing. This will haunt me forever. She went, I don't know what any of this is. I don't know any of these movements. I don't... Oh, good God. Oh, good God, no! And then she said something that I think many women and some men in this room will identify with. She said, oh, no, this is a quote. Oh, no, love. No, no, no. I find it hard enough to touch one of those things, let alone put it in my mouth. At which point, my dad summed up 40 years of marriage and all of his weird behaviour with one look from behind a newspaper. I brought a bit of paper out to demonstrate this properly for you. This explains all of his behaviour, one glance. I'll try and recreate it for you now. Oh, no, love. Oh, no, love. I find it hard enough to touch one of those things, let alone put it in my mouth. To his own children.
Oh my God. Hi, how are you? Hi, I'm obviously gay. Isn't the outfit great? Thank you. Thank you. So first of all, I want to say, Montreal, I love you because you have great food. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much that means to me. No, you don't know. Because, first of all, when you're a traveling comedian, like I was in Ohio recently. Is anyone here from Ohio? Okay, let's talk. So, Ohio is the cheesecake factory of states. I hate Ohio. And I was trying to get to Starbucks, which I also hate. And when I was like crossing the street, it was a giant street. So like, you know, you have to like press the button, stand there like an asshole. So I'm just waiting and all these cars are driving by me and this one car drives by me and just screams faggot, which I get called faggot all the time, but it's just that this was my first drive-by faggot. So I'm just standing there and all of a sudden it's like, faggot. I was in a sundress, but still, I mean, it's like, just let me cross. It's so ridiculous. And you know what? I also want to say, too, looking back, I think everything's gay. I mean, to me, there's nothing gayer than Christianity. They've taken gay to a level I couldn't imagine. Like, let me just say this. Like, if you're a grown man and you tell someone, I'm a Christian, you're gay. And, yes, I know. And nothing's gayer than a Christian singer. Every song's like, I love him. Me too, girl. Cool. Got it. I mean, and no one's gonna talk about Jesus being gay. He's hanging out with a hooker in 0 BC and not fucking her. You're a... That's what you are. Yes. Yes. You're gay. Yes. I'm so bitter, though, because you know, it's so crazy to me that kids come out so young. Like, I came out when I was 18. I'm acting like I'm Methuselah. But, you know, it's like, I saw this kid. He's like 7 years old, purple hair, talking in front of the Human Rights Campaign. He's like, when I came out of the closet, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, I'm happy for these kids, and I'm also so bitter that part of me wants to grab them and be like, you go home and turn off the lights and listen to Madonna and cry like the rest of us, you son of a bitch. I mean, I couldn't even imagine. When I was 7 years old, are you out of your mind? Like, I couldn't even keep my Tamagotchi alive. And I'm still bitter about it, but it just makes me mad because, you know, when is Pride here? August, right? Is it one gay? Yes! Pride to me is fine, but it's also like, you know, I get mad about the posters, right? Every poster is always like a steroided guy on a float with a drag queen, a boa, confetti, beer, and it's like, that's fine, but can we also have a poster right next to it of two middle-aged lesbians paying their mortgage on time? Wouldn't that be great? It's just so ridiculous, you know? Because, you know, it's like, in my family, like, I'm gay, but my older brother's also gay, so my dad is real proud, and my dad was in Vietnam. I feel like his 2 gay sons is just his second Vietnam. Like, he doesn't get PTSD from that. It's from us. Just wakes up in the middle of the night like, another one! But I know, I hate documentaries, but I watched this one documentary. And documentaries, let me just say this. You learn absolutely nothing, right? They do everything to fool you. It's like 2 minutes of information that they just stretch for a full hour. Like, I watched one, it was called The Ancient Pyramids. I'm like, yeah, got it. I'm not like mistaking it for like a modern day pyramid. I'm not like, oh, which one, in Seattle? Like, I know. And they do everything to trick you, right? So number one, they get the British narrator, so Americans are like, ooh, learning. And then, I know, that's all it takes. And all they do, like the British narrator asks like a bunch of really long, drawn out questions about the pyramids. Then they just show the pyramids from every possible angle while just playing some generic bullshit Arabic music in the background. So the entire thing is just, did the Egyptians know more than we think they did? Did they? 5 minutes later, I'm just Googling. I'm like, no, they didn't. Aliens did it. I'm wasting all my time. All right, I love everyone here. Merci beaucoup. Bonne nuit. Ciao.